Previously on the colony. A lone female feral cat, named Ellen, appeared on the property at Deer Lodge in the summer of 2021. Ellen gave birth to 3 kittens. A male named Audie, a female named Rusty, and a male named Victor, whom she would abandon during a terrible rainstorm. Victor was rescued and brought into Deer Lodge, where he became one of the members of the Insiders. Victor was bottle-fed from just a 2-day-old kitten. Members of the Insiders included 3 additional rescued adult cats, a female named Molly, a female named Bella, and a male named Toby. As Victor grew, he and Toby had endless fun wrestling and playing games. Meanwhile, Ellen and her 2 remaining kittens, Audie and Rusty, had to try and survive the harsh northeastern winter months. A shelter and feeding area were provided for their support. An abandoned lumber mill, located in the neighboring woods, also provided shelter for the colony, and would become a key focal point of their lives. On the inside, Victor continued to grow and become part of his new family. As winter lifted and springtime arrived, Ellen and her 2 kittens began to enjoy the better side of life on the outside. Regulars also included Audie and Rusty's father, Clark, along with another older male cat, abandoned many years ago in the neighborhood, Mr. Darcy. In May of 2022, Ellen gave birth to her 2nd litter. This time, there were 2 tuxedo kittens and 2 tortoiseshell kittens. In July 2022, Rusty, impregnated by her father Clark, gave birth to 2 kittens. The 2 tuxedo male cats, named Hector and Timber, would be born inside a pile of logs. By August, Rusty moved one of the kittens, Hector, to the colony's hiding place at the old lumber mill. However, Rusty never returned to collect Timber. Timber stayed by himself without food or water at the log pile for over a week. His mother never returned for him. Once discovered by the humans at Deer Lodge, cat food and KMR, kitten milk replacer fluid, were provided. And eventually, after a couple additional days without his mother returning for him, Timber was rescued, using a humane cat trap. Indoors, for the first time, Timber was quick to enjoy the touch of a human hand, a clean place to sleep and eat, his first bath, and even began playing with toys that would become his favorite things to play with as he grew older. Timber also met his uncle Victor. Victor, now 1 year old, would become Timber's best friend and companion. When Victor was rescued in 2021, the date was August 13th. It was exactly 1 year later, on August 13th, 2022, that Timber was also rescued and brought inside Deer Lodge. Victor was given his name because it wasn't known if he would survive after being brought inside. He was victorious and thrived, and so Victor, for victory, and his story would continue. Timber was given his name because he was born inside a pile of logs and survived on his own as a tiny kitten. And his nickname would become Timmy. And now, the continuation of The Colony. As summer comes to a close and autumn approaches, changes are coming to the colony at Deer Lodge. Ellen's 2nd litter continues to grow and become part of the colony. Her litter consisted of 2 tuxedo cats, both males. One is named Charlie, the other is called Buster, and 2 female, tortoiseshell kittens, called Ruby Sue and Honey. A tortoiseshell cat, also known as a tortie, has a coat pattern that consists of patches of 2 colors, usually black and orange. The patches can be mottled or blended together, creating a brindle-like effect. The colors can vary in intensity, and some torties may have additional colors, such as white or cream mixed in. Tortoiseshell cats are almost exclusively female, as the coat colors are linked to the X chromosome. Male torties are extremely rare, and typically have genetic abnormalities. Tuxedo cats are cats with a distinctive coat pattern. They are called tuxedo cats because their black and white markings resemble a formal tuxedo suit. Although the majority of tuxedo cats have black and white coats, there can be some variations in the pattern and coloration. Tuxedo and tortoiseshell cats are not a specific breed, but rather a coat pattern that can be found in various cat breeds and mixed breed cats. While their mother Ellen goes out on her own to explore, Buster, Charlie, Honey, and Ruby Sue are playing games in and around the log pile. They have lots of energy, and it's hard for them to contain it. With so much energy expended playing, it's time for a feeding break when Ellen returns. Mom is then off again. This time some of the kittens want to follow. However, Ruby Sue decides to stay behind, maybe sensing danger in the far-off areas beyond the comfort and security of the log pile. This time, however, it just means more fun and games for her siblings. It's been a year since Audie and Rusty were kittens, spending time at the log pile. Now, as the older siblings of Ellen's new litter, they become mentors and protectors. Buster, looking like Audie's twin, begins to follow him everywhere. "100 yards away from the log pile is the old lumber mill. The mill is situated in a 100-acre wood. It is here that Rusty brought one of her kittens, Hector, soon after she gave birth to Hector and Timmy. The mill is the central meeting area for the colony, as well as being used as a shelter. During certain times of the day, they also use the roof or neighboring fallen trees as a relaxing location during the summer months. Although little is known about what goes on here, the entire colony travels through this area every day. Large piles of cut tree stumps and logs create an excellent opportunity for additional hiding places and living quarters for any member of the colony. Hector, now a growing young male tuxedo cat, like his brother Timmy, has been enjoying the warm summer months and changing autumn weather, while keeping close to his mother Rusty. He is surrounded by other members of the colony as well, like his uncle Audie and his grandmother, Ellen. Over the remainder of 2022 and 2023, Hector will continue to grow and learn about life on the outside as a member of the colony. He will have to deal with the changing seasons and fluctuating temperatures, from the hot and humid summer months to the freezing cold and snowy winter months. He will have to learn about his place within the colony and the joys and struggles that come with being a feral cat. The feral cat colony at Deer Lodge is like so many other cat colonies found around the world. But what is a feral cat? How does a colony like this begin in the first place? Feral cats are domestic cats that have reverted to a wild or semi-wild state. Unlike stray cats, feral cats have had little or no contact with humans and are typically born and raised in the wild. They are descendants of domestic cats that have either escaped from their homes or were abandoned. Feral cats adapt to living in the wild, form colonies or small groups, and establish territories to find food, water, and shelter. They are generally unsocialized and wary of humans, making them difficult to tame or adopt as pets. Doing so when they are kittens, like in our case, with Victor and Timmy, makes it more likely the cat will bond with humans easier. Feral cat populations can be found in both urban and rural areas worldwide. It is difficult to determine the exact number of feral cats in the world. However, according to estimates from various animal welfare organizations and government agencies, there may be hundreds of millions of feral cats worldwide. Female cats can become pregnant again soon after having a litter of kittens. It can take only weeks, and some pregnancies can even begin while a cat is still nursing her kittens. They usually go into heat a few weeks after they give birth, which means they might have up to 5 litters in 1 year. In theory, a cat can give birth to 280 kittens over her lifetime. The verified world record is 420 kittens in a single domestic cat's lifetime. This means that the population of feral cats in a colony will continue to grow unless steps are taken to bring the population under control. One such method is called TNR. TNR stands for Trap, Neuter, Return. It is a humane and effective approach that aims to control the population of feral cats while improving their welfare. This method was utilized at Deer Lodge for our colony in 2022 and 2023. Traps are set up to capture feral cats. These traps are usually baited with food to attract the cats. Once a cat enters the trap, it is safely confined without causing harm. The trapped cats are taken to a veterinary clinic or a designated facility where they are spayed or neutered. While the cats are under anesthesia, they are typically vaccinated against common feline diseases, such as rabies and distemper. They are also examined for any health issues, and necessary treatments, such as deworming or flea control, are administered. As a visual marker, the tip of one ear is usually surgically removed, while the cat is under anesthesia. This ear tipping is a universal sign that a feral cat has been spayed or neutered and is part of a managed colony. It helps identify cats that have already been through the TNR process, so they are not trapped again unnecessarily. After the cats have recovered from surgery, they are returned to their original location. On October 1, 2022, Ellen gave birth to her third litter. This litter consisted of 2 female kittens, a tortoiseshell cat, named Mocha, and a calico cat, named Caramel. A calico cat, also known as a tricolor cat, has a coat pattern that consists of 3 colors, black, orange, and white. Like torties, the colors can be mottled or blended together, but calico cats have distinct patches of each color. Unlike torties, calico cats can be both male and female, although males are much less common. Male calicos, like male torties, are typically sterile. Ellen gave birth to this litter in the same log pile where Rusty gave birth to Hector and Timmy just 3 months prior. It also happened to coincide with the trapping of Ellen for her TNR program. It was only after she was trapped that the humans at Deer Lodge found Caramel and Mocha. Because they were being fed solely by their mother at this time, Caramel and Mocha were also brought into Deer Lodge, where they would be bottle-fed for a couple of days, while their mother went through the TNR program. Special lodging was set up to handle the 2 young kittens. And once Ellen returned from the vet and awakened from the anesthesia, she was able to continue to feed her kittens on her own. Ellen, Caramel, and Mocha would remain in a special cat room at Deer Lodge for 1 week during recovery. Eventually, Ellen would move her 2 kittens out of Deer Lodge and back into the wild of the colony. Earlier in 2022, both Audie and Rusty were trapped and received special attention through the TNR program as well. Ellen kept Caramel and Mocha inside a metal shed near the log pile. The 2 sisters would play near the door, warming in the sunshine. As winter arrived, Ellen would leave Caramel and Mocha at the shelter and feeding area provided by Deer Lodge. The 2 young kittens were supposed to be staying in the shelter while their mother was gone, but their nervous energy would always get the best of them, leading to endless wrestling matches. Upon Ellen's return, she would be upset with them for not staying inside the shelter for their safety. Even when more members of the colony came to eat, Caramel and Mocha would continue their playtime. And when they were alone again, playtime would accelerate. Caramel and Mocha would survive the winter, and over the next few months, they would grow and begin to learn their own individual life lessons while living in the colony. In May of 2023, another round of TNR was at hand. This time, it was Caramel and Mocha's turn. Most of the other members of the colony stayed clear of the traps. Having been through it themselves, or seeing what happened to the others, they instinctively stay away. Caramel and Mocha, on the other hand, being the youngest members of the colony, enter the traps easily. Trapping always takes place the day before the scheduled surgery. Like humans, no food or water the night prior to the procedure is required. Early the next morning, both cats are taken to a local fire station, where a mobile vet clinic has been set up to treat many other feral cats brought in for the TNR process. Caramel and Mocha are then brought back to Deer Lodge, where they will spend the next few days recovering from their surgeries. This marks the second time in their short lives that they have spent time inside Deer Lodge. Eventually, they would return to the colony. And as each grew, they would begin to start their own life patterns away from each other. Occasionally, however, they can be seen sitting near one another, but their ruckus-filled play days are now a thing of the past. Inside Deer Lodge, Victor is getting a glimpse of his mother, Ellen. Victor has now been a member of the Insiders for 2 years. Timmy is now a beautiful 1-year-old cat. He is as big as his Uncle Victor. Both have turned out to be the sweetest and nicest cats that anyone could ever hope to have as part of their family. Victor has also been trying to woo one of the female cats, Molly. Molly, known to most as the Ice Queen, prefers to stand her ground, keep to herself, and not be bothered by any of the 2 young boys, Victor and Timmy. Molly has also been having confrontations with the elder female cat of the Insiders, Bella. Their standoffs inside Deer Lodge become legendary. Toby, the other male cat inside, is known as the ambassador of all of the Insiders. Toby continually attempts to create friendship and harmony with all of the members of the Insiders. Timmy, Victor, and Toby enjoy playing and climbing the jungle gym together. Bella enjoys drinking water out of a faucet when available, and she also loves to play in cardboard boxes, like so many other cats worldwide. As with any indoor cat, these members of the Insiders enjoy the comfort and love of their human family. They have no idea what it is like for any cat living on the outside. Their occasional boredom may be a liability, but it does not come close to the ever-present hardships and dangers that are part of the everyday life of the members of the colony living on the outside at Deer Lodge. While feral cats generally face fewer predators compared to smaller prey animals, they can still be at risk from larger predators such as coyotes, foxes, bears, and large birds of prey. Additionally, feral cats may face risks from other feral cats in their vicinity due to territorial disputes. Domestic dogs can also pose a threat to feral cats. Feral cats are adaptable and can use various strategies to avoid predators, but their vulnerability may vary depending on the circumstances and the presence of predators in their environment. For the feral cat, being attacked by a predator is a highly stressful and potentially life-threatening situation. The cat may experience intense fear, pain, and panic as it tries to defend itself or escape from the predator. Depending on the severity of the attack, the cat may suffer injuries such as bites, scratches, or broken bones. In some cases, the injuries may be fatal. Our colony is no exception to the risks of living in the wild. During 2022 and 2023, several predator incursions into the colony's habitat at Deer Lodge occurred. Unfortunately, the colony lost a number of its members. 3 of Ellen's kittens from her second litter, Honey, Charlie, and Buster, were lost. Victor's 2 siblings, his brother Audie and his sister Rusty, were also lost from the colony. There is great sadness among the colony and the humans at Deer Lodge with such a loss. 2023 didn't end with only losses to the outsiders in the colony. As the elder member of the insiders, 10-year-old Bella lost her battle with a long illness. As time has passed, Timmy and Victor have continued to grow and thrive together. Their bond has become unbreakable, and they are often seen grooming each other and cuddling together for naps. They are the dynamic duo of Deer Lodge, bringing joy and happiness to everyone around them. They've gone from paupers to princes. The story of Ellen, Ruby Sue, Hector, Caramel, Mocha, Clark, and Mr. Darcy, and their lives and journeys together will continue at Deer Lodge.